Hello, Ventura. You are listening live to Girls on the Air. We are Real Women in Real Estate, AM 1590, KVTA. I'm Tracy Baldwin-Mahone.
I'm Karen Campbell. I'm Maggie McKinney. And I'm Deborah Delaney.
And we are brought to you by
Century 21 Everest.
Just the best real estate company in Ventura County.
We actually have our new boss.
I know. We have our Monty in the house. He is our new manager. We're so excited to have him.
I love that.
He doesn't feel like a boss. He
No.
feels just like he's
Well,
so
he's not. We're
like
independent contractors.
yeah,
so
but he's
right.
so
We're just all on the same
personable
team,
and,
right,
and
Armand?
there to help.
Yeah.
Only
fit
wants
right
the
in.
best for everyone.
He's our
Seems like his
manager.
clients.
He's our gatekeeper.
And we're so excited to have our Monty from Century 21 Everest in the house.
Hello,
You
ladies.
look really cute with your purple headband.
Like
You
a
like
nice
that?
suit.
I might just
He's-
take these to the office.
He's rocking his purple headset here.
Yes, well,
So
welcome.
we are so glad to have you in our office. We're so thrilled that you are our manager, and we are so excited about all the things you're bringing to us. So tell our listeners what that means to them. What does that mean when a new manager comes on board and new things start appearing at Century 21 Everest?
I think the number one thing that I have felt is that when any manager goes into a new office, it's his response or her responsibility to see what the culture is and see what the agents, what their talents are, what they're there to provide for the public, for the community, and just capitalize on that. And what we have at Century 21 Everest is we have a lot of community service oriented agents. It's amazing to see what our agents are involved with throughout the different neighborhoods that we service. And to me, that is the number one thing, because nowadays real estate's talking about technology and apps and so forth, but the one thing it will not replace is the connection that we have as agents to the neighborhoods that our clients are buying into. And it's our responsibility to continue that tradition, because at the end of the day, they will come to us and ask us the questions that no app will be able to answer.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That relationship building and all of that it takes to keep that client for life
Yes.
is so important.
Yeah.
And guess what? You can't call the app at 10:30 at night because you're anxious and you need to have your hand held.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the other thing too, I mean, Century 21 does have some of the best technology for real estate, but we use side by side with everything that we do.
Yeah.
And that is a balance. The whole thing is about balance. And once we have that balance, it translates to the best experience that our clients can have in the biggest transaction in their life.
You know, I was at the store today and I saw that, whatever the little spacer thing that goes in between your groceries, and it was Rex Real Estate, offering 70% off of blah, blah, blah. I guess they only charge whatever commission, but they don't have any, personal service at all. What they give you a sign and say, do your open houses, and not on the MLS, and it's just, I don't even know how
it's
they...
like that ridiculous purple bricks.
Yes.
I mean, that is crazy. What they don't tell you, they don't disclose that you're doing all your own open houses, you're doing your own showings.
And are you doing
You're
your-
letting all these strangers into your home without being vetted. It's, you know.
And you're
yeah.
not insured, I don't think. You're not covered by, quality insurance, I would say.
Yeah.
Well,
and
and
what
we
you
do all
say-
of your negotiations.
And what you're saying, Rex, the agents
I think they
just
pay,
lost my
they
train
pay
of
like a total, I don't know, 2% as opposed to, 6 or 5 or whatever. But they don't do anything. I
but
don't
it's
think
also not marketed. It's not
it's
on
not marketed.
Realtor.com,
They put
Zillow.
it. I think they market it themselves on their Rex. Who
Right.
goes to a Rex website? I mean, nowadays
Anyways,
it's
it is what it is, and they have nothing to do
And
with
we're
that.
not
so-
them. We're
No,
we
it's
are
just interesting when these
spectacular.
high tech companies, or they call themselves high tech, they're not personable and they're not user friendly.
Well,
Go on to the next one.
The other thing too is we need to think about how old technology is in our world. I mean, if you go back 30, 40 years at the beginning of the internet, how many industries have been totally affected by the advancement of technology? If you look in the beginning, it was the video wars, Blockbuster Video. And what has happened since then, there was a big boom on these movie apps, and all of a sudden everything gets consolidated. And then now only a
There's
certain
one
player.
Blockbuster store in like the world.
Yeah,
right
and
now.
then there is one. Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
like
I just
60
heard that.
minutes, I think. I don't know where I saw it. But what I'm saying is, whenever there's a rush of money and investment, everyone wants to tap into an industry that is not tech yet. So there's so many players in the game, but eventually all these apps will die off, because once the public realizes what they're missing,
I miss Blockbuster.
Yeah. And
Honestly, I do. It was fun to just browse around Blockbuster to see some obscure movie, because now I get so bored. You go on all of it. You go on Prime, Fandango, everybody has the same movies that are available, and or the straight to video
And-
that are just not.
And that happens because it's this algorithm that reacts to our wants, but it doesn't introduce us to new.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we have to break away from that. And the same thing I think happens in real estate,
Mhm.
where you're used to these apps and so forth, but you don't realize what you're missing,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
The personal
Yeah,
connection.
and that's
How
what-
long have you been doing this?
I started in 1997 when I was still working at this radio station.
What were you doing at the radio station?
I was on Q 104.7 at the time.
DJ?
Wow.
Yeah, I was a DJ on there, and I was a mixer, playing records.
Do you know each
Well,
other?
you'll see. Actually, I shared an office with Spence a couple times during meetings, but he was involved with the management part. I was just a little kid, and
Yeah.
I went to go watch the band. Let's just say that.
Yeah. And then you got into real estate?
Yeah, I was doing it at the same time, and I was going to college, and I just needed a part-time job, and I went to a real estate office, and I just wanted a little desk job. They started asking me to work on computers, and then I said, I could actually probably get my license. So by 99, 2000, I got my license, and then from there, it's just, I didn't turn back.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, but wait till we have our parties at Century 21. Though we're gonna be having a good time with some music.
Nice.
Right? So what do you think makes Century 21 Everest now, used to be Troop, stand out as opposed to other real estate companies in Ventura County? Because I specifically found Troop because I like the boutiqueness, and I like the Ventura County. When I moved here, I'm from California, but when I moved back from Texas, I really liked that niche. And I was afraid at first with Century 21 coming in. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm not going to like it. But I really like it now. There's
Yeah.
so much
Yeah.
to offer.
I'll be honest with you. In my conversations with George Morris and John Sight, the thing, and I think you guys could probably relate to this. In our whole career, we've been told things that we need to do, things that we need to work on to improve our business for our clients and so forth. This was the first time where I had conversations where instead of someone telling me what I needed to do, that was stripped away, and it was all about what I had inside that I needed to work on.
Oh, that's nice.
It wasn't about business. It was just about the mindset, the way you handle your daily life, and all of that just is a domino effect to the way you handle your family, the way you handle your job, your clients. It's just this. It's all connected, and sometimes we forget about that, and we just worry about, I need to do this, I need to do this. If I didn't do it, I fail. No, it's about coming what's inside, and that's what I felt when I came to Century 21 Everest.
Right, and so their whole thing is we're a self-empowerment company who happens to sell real estate.
Yes,
That's
yes,
what
yes.
which it was the same thing for me. It really struck a chord in my mind, and still does.
It's powerful. It's powerful, and then to see that they are the leaders of this company, that they're not only owners, but they're actually talking the process, the philosophy of it. It's not just a coaching company. These guys are like coaches, but they own the business that we're in.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And they walk the walk and talk the
There's a
talk.
lot of training, a lot that, you know, to be out there. It's like, you can take classes all day long. It's great,
Yeah.
you know.
And the people that benefit are the people of the public or consumers. They will realize the difference whenever they're working with the Century 21 Everest station.
Mm-hmm. Well, you guys have been doing this for a long time, way longer than me, you know, and Maggie. And so, what do you guys notice?
Well, what I noticed are all the tools and the marketing. So there's not a company that is globally. Century 21 is global. Century 21 has an entire marketing system for fine home and estates, and I do a lot of those. They also have tools to help market yourself and find properties for investments, for investment property, for income property, and that's a huge, huge plus when you're working for a company that has those tools. So Armani, tell us where somebody can find you, if they had a question about Century 21 Everest or any of your agents or any
Or
questions
want to
at
join
all.
our team?
Yes, so the easiest way is I have everyone's on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. So my handle is Armani in the Mix. So if you want to get a hold of me, any one of those, you can reach me through direct message or just send me a post. But I'd love to hear from you. Any questions if you have regarding real estate, I can always direct you to one of our awesome agents in the office. Or if it's something as far as getting into the real estate career, I'd be happy to talk to you about it and give you some, shed some light on some questions.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
guys.
much.
Thank you,
Thank
ladies.
you.
I feel honored to
Welcome.
be here, and congratulations on your 5th year coming up.
Our 5th year is October 31st.
Okay, that's awesome. So you guys
Coming
need a
right
DJ?
up.
You guys need
Yeah,
a
we
DJ?
Woo! Let's start planning.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Awesome.
you, Armani.